Welcome back
Welcome to
to
another
Let We
episode
Go
of Now We
There.
Go There. And today we're going there on nostalgia.
The good old days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, what time period of nostalgia goes closest to your heart?
Closest to my heart, I would say the 90s.
Mm
The 90s just covers a lot for me.
hmm.
It covers some of the childhood and then the teenage angst.
Mm hmm.
Like, kind of like that preteen. I feel like where I kind of live a lot of times is like 12 years old.
Yeah.
So I feel, yeah, that's the 90s for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was only up until like 4 in the 90s.
Yeah, so what's your nostalgia of choice?
Yeah, I guess like the 2000s is where it's at for
Yeah.
me. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like '02.
Oh,
That
two.
was a year.
Yeah.
That was a good year, yeah.
I don't remember years like that. I remember school.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember just like being a kid in that period is so much different to
Primary
how it
school
is now.
or
Yeah.
what we call elementary school.
Yeah, like we used to play Red Over, Red Over. That's
Red
like
over,
a
red over.
Caribbean thing.
How's it?
So like two people hold hand, well, not two people but two groups of people hold hands on either side of like a long distance, and then one side would say red over, send this person right over.
Oh, okay. No, I know this game.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And it's like you look for like the weakest looking person, and then that person have to like zone in on two people holding hands, and you're trying to like run into them and break their hands. Sounds a bit
In case
dangerous.
they didn't know that you were in Aries since you just had a birthday, that said it right there. Like you look for the weakest one. I love that so much. Uh
Yeah, that was my strategy back
yeah.
then.
I'm with that.
Yeah, cause I'm tiny. I've always been tiny. Again, I feel like this week when we celebrated your birthday, someone else said that like we both look so much tinier than
Yeah,
we
we look
appear
smaller in
online.
person.
Yeah.
Yeah, IRL skis. And also, we just went roller skating and
Mhm.
we were both asked. I'm going to say we were both asked if
Yeah.
we were over
Yes, we
18,
were.
okay?
We
We were
were.
both asked if we were over 18. So,
Yeah.
I will take that. No, it's funny that, talking about school and it's like this was my university, Brock,
Mhm.
and just like doing the math, like talk about nostalgia, it's 20 years.
That's
Like this
crazy.
year makes 20 years that I graduated, which I was just like thinking about that earlier today, how the amount of time that we spend in school, right? And that's
Yeah.
obviously different. I know you have like the Form 5 and then the other ones are optional. So it's
Well,
not
yeah.
a specific when you're done, but it's like on average, I feel it's like around 17 to 20 years of our lives are spent in school. Like I'm even thinking for me preschool, I had like 3 years of that
Oh
before
yeah.
going into kindergarten and then
Uh-huh.
like everything else. So yeah, like we spend that much
Yeah.
time. So that I feel like that's what's brought up nostalgia for me personally is just like connecting the fact that it's been 20 years for that,
Mhm.
which means that it's been 24, which is almost 25 for high school.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's wild. And you're having your high, like which year for high school now?
I left high school in Form 5 in
Yeah.
2012.
So
So
12,
that is 14
14.
years,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, so I have like friendships that have lasted the test of time, which is like really great because when you interact with certain people that you've had in your life as a teenager, it just hits differently
Yeah.
because like they've seen you grow, they know sides of you that other people won't. Like you get their sarcasm and their quirks more than
Yeah.
like new people in their
No, and I
lives.
have to say, after like being around and meeting your friends from high school, it was just really fun because it's like I could see how you all like would have been like maybe as teenagers, and it's just cute because you are still interacting like in a similar way. Like you said, it's like people that you know for that long, they get your sarcasm, like you just be you more than anything else,
Yeah.
and it's like that. I think that safety that it
Mhm.
brings you.
Yeah, and like also going to an all girls school where I I like looking back at it, it really does feel like a sisterhood. Like some people you get along with more than others. Some people they get under your
Mm.
skin.
Yeah, because you're spending like an insane amount of hours, right? You're spending basically like a full time job, like 40 hours a week with these people, which
Mhm.
is another thing of nostalgia that crosses over into friendship, where when you have these friendships that actually stand the test of time, they're actually the special ones, and
Mhm.
they're actually, it's not necessarily the norm or common, right? Because
Mhm.
it's like most friendships are about 7 years in length,
Yeah.
because of, like, if you think about the chunks of your life, this is people I went to primary school with, this is people I went into high school with, this is
Yes.
my first job, and all of these kind of things, that brings its own set of nostalgia, like the time spent, like you say you don't necessarily think about it in the year of what it was, but
Mhm.
where you were at that time, right? So it's like what was popular at that time,
Mhm.
TV shows wise,
Yeah.
fashion wise, all those kind of things. Like I love right now that you're watching Dawson's Creek for the first time, whereas like that, if you say nostalgia, like Dawson's Creek comes to me right away. Like I can hear I don't want to wait, it's just like that's nostalgia.
Yeah, and that's like its own experience, like TV shows and movies of the time. Like I didn't grow up with cable, so like I used to watch VHS
Yeah.
cassettes on repeat and like Disney ones. Like I knew Beauty and the Beast word for word besides the like narration in the beginning
It's like with me with Home
for
Alone.
like most of my life. I think I still know
Yeah.
Home Alone
Yeah.
a lot too. You know one
Yeah.
a lot there too. And like I love that I have siblings who like get that too because we
The
have our own
reference.
inside jokes
Yeah,
because of that. Like when they were giving you your birthday gift, they
yeah.
like pass it along and they were like, give this to Kevin, give this to
Yes.
Kevin, give this to
And I
Kevin.
love that I got right away what it was. So I was just like,
Yeah.
I just felt so included, and like, yeah, I love it.
Yeah, because I was right next to you. I was like, here you go, Kevin.
Kevin's not here. Jumped right into it.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
Yeah, and it's also like another way that people who didn't know each other back then can connect too, because you got that right away.
you can grow up in different parts, of the world from a different decade, but it's like if it's something that's shared, like so big like that, that creates that nostalgia. And then I like it as nostalgia as creating community, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you automatically feel this level of, it's not even just safety, it goes beyond safety, because I think like we always want to be safe, but like nostalgia to me is like fun and freedom.
Yeah, and like
It's like, and
familiarity in
familiarity.
community sort
Yeah.
of
But
setting.
it's like usually it's like, it's jokes. It's like that. Like with Home Alone, it's
Yeah.
always lighter, I feel like when you have
Mm-hmm.
nostalgia, like it just brings this like lightness. And I feel because of the way the world is now and everything, it's like
Yeah.
we're all craving to have that. So it's like anything that you see online is like going towards like that 90s nostalgia. It's just sad because unfortunately, like I think I talked about that on another episode, that trend where it's 90s and playing,
Right.
it's like that's just a way for Meta and AI to get everything. So it's like I haven't done it, not gonna do it, but
Yeah.
I just in my own like Rolodex of my mind, I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
oh gosh, like imagining 99 into 2000, for example, like
Yeah.
that sends nostalgia for me.
Yeah, I think we need to get away from the trends online and like do things IRL again because so much is harmful online without us even really knowing it. It's like anything you see, you're like, what's the catch if I participate in this?
Yeah.
Whereas if it's like in person, you kind of get all the information you need.
And you're actually getting what you're seeking out for, which is that connection.
Yeah.
um Yeah, no, it's just that's the thing with nostalgia too, is we didn't, or especially me, didn't grow up online. Like yes, video
Mm-hmm.
games, yes, okay, MSN Messenger, stuff
Yes.
like that, but it was not like, no, didn't have a smartphone until I was in my late 20s, which is great. So it's like I
Yeah, I was
didn't have
12.
that. Yeah, so it's a little different for me, where it's just like, or even in general, we can classify it that way, but we can also go to pre-COVID, after COVID,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because yes, it's amazing to have remote options. Like I think we're all grateful for that.
Oh, yeah.
But it's like, how much more did people go over each other's houses?
Oh
Like
my
all
gosh,
the time, like
yeah.
as kids, as teenagers, as whatever, even beyond that. Like I feel like we were just moving so differently in the world, and
Mm-hmm.
people were more social. That just made people really
Yeah.
not know how to be social.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I miss that too. Even when we spent time with Candy and her family for her
It
birthday,
was so
just like
sweet.
it really did take me back to just hanging out with each other after school. Like we would just chill, and I
Yeah.
love that. I miss that so much.
Yeah, I was thinking about that earlier today too, is
Yeah.
like the after, when you're in high school and going to your friend's house, like after
Hmm.
classes, like, if you have someone that can either pick you up, or it's just easier to carpool together. And
Yes.
that's that time that you're building your friendship. And those are
Hmm.
the memories that now our nostalgia too, you know?
Do you think there are any nostalgic moments in your life that are very particular to New England? Like, oh, I could think of like a couple things like very particular to I guess Caribbean diaspora, like picking plums,
Hmm.
you know?
Yeah, I can remember one field trip specifically for primary school age where, and actually you've seen where that beach is where I had my house. So it's like, there's like a beach along there. So we took a field trip to the beach, you know, and I can remember seeing like jellyfish and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I just remember those kind of moments, like things like that, where growing up there, like we did have
Mm-hmm.
that, you know.
Like nature things
Yeah,
stick
like
out to
I
you.
feel there wasn't a lot of it. We did also go to like a water park.
Mm-hmm.
That's one trip we took, I believe, like grade 8, so 13, 14. We took that trip. Yeah.
Yeah, so like games, field trips,
Hmm.
and like obviously, I love that we didn't really touch on like material things, but like there
Yeah.
are specific things like
Like
what?
Discmans and
Yeah,
Walkmans.
yes,
Yeah, yeah. Those,
yeah,
like, I actually miss that, you know, like
yeah,
having,
simpler times.
yeah, just like having that, and like, you know, you have the CD, okay, you know, pop in another CD or,
Actually, going to school with a calculator, not using your phone. Well, I
yeah,
guess in schools they
you
still
probably
need to
still
do
use it.
that.
Yeah. Yeah, well, because would you have your phone in school? No.
No, I
Okay.
mean like for exams and stuff, you need like an
Yeah.
actual calculator. So
Yeah.
at least that would remain nostalgic. Well,
Hmm.
for a lot of people,
Yeah.
because the older you get, unless you're like a scientist or something, I don't know if you're gonna use that full calculator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True, but yeah, lots of things. Like I think of had an obsession with Goosebumps books.
Mm.
That was a big thing, and I like loved doing that. And again, it's like off of technology. I would go sit and I'd read it in about an hour.
Hmm.
Like I'd be so excited
I
about it.
still have Lisa Frank stickers to this day.
Yes. I know. I love Lisa Frank. Those collections, sticker collections, that's a big thing from that time was like I had stickers, I had rocks, like anything that you could collect. I had like different
Yeah, and
collections
I
of
don't know if they still do
trolls.
this, but like in snacks and stuff, like in Doritos and stuff back in the day too, like you'd open it and there would be like this little thing for you to build up and it would like turn into a top
Mm,
to spin
yeah.
and stuff like that. Like I don't know if they do those things anymore.
I don't know. Like I remember, and it's been a long, long, long time since I ever got any kind of fast food, but especially Taco Bell. But I remember loving Taco Bell because, again, bringing it back to Goosebumps, they had Goosebumps toys whenever you bought whatever it was. So of course, I just got any kind of meal, and if it was now, I'd just be in the toilet. But it's okay. Like yeah, those times were really fun. Like looking forward to those things. Even again, like McDonald's with their little Happy Meal
Hmm.
stuff. Like anything that you could get, Cracker Jack box, cereal boxes that had like those little toys.
Hmm. What I
Yeah.
love about like that time too is like even if you didn't grow up having something, like in my case, I didn't grow up having like Nintendo DS or anything like
Mm-hmm.
that. But it's like when you interact with people who did have it and they're like, oh, like they would just hand you it and be like, you want to
Yeah.
play?
Yeah.
Like that doesn't really happen anymore. Like now with trends and whatever, it's like, oh, I'm trying to be the most fabulous or it girl or it boy or whatever the case is,
Well,
and it's
also
more
what
about showing off than like coming together.
a lot more individual. That's what I was gonna say. The other thing too is like when you were playing those games, a lot of times, if it was like a Nintendo, you are playing together, right? And now, okay, people play online, but more than anything, it's like kids are on their individual tablets. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
I'm on my tablet, you're on your tablet. We're not exchanging anything
Yeah,
at all, and that's really sad.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So we really need to bring it back,
we
bring
do.
back some of the old time days and the
Yeah.
old time ways.
Like there are some things, okay, that maybe have made our lives a bit easier, like again nostalgic. I remember when I'm first driving, not full on map, but I had MapQuest. Like I had to print out the MapQuest directions, so obviously it'd be a lot easier now with using Waze and that kind of thing. So it's like I'm
Mhm.
not 100%
So
against everything that
explain
way.
to the people who are like my age and
Oh
younger
yeah, what
exactly
MapQuest
how
is?
MapQuest
Okay, so
works.
MapQuest, you would go onto your home computer, right? And you and you would basically type in where you're going, the address. It would give you step by step turn directions. Like literally, I driven from like the US to Canada during those times, right?
That's
So
crazy.
yeah, and it's like if you miss something or you get off, like you are kind of screwed. Like it's nobody's gonna reroute you. You have to just
Yeah.
figure out where you are and like where you're going. Again, easier than full on map,
Mhm.
right? That doesn't break it down that way, but that's what it is. And so you'd have to print it. So you have to have a printer, you print it out, you
Mhm.
have it in, and if it's dark, you shouldn't really, it's kind of hard to see, like if you're driving at night and you're trying to see the
Mhm.
paper. So you kind of just try to
Yeah.
figure out, okay, where am I going for
Oh
this
my
amount of
god.
time? Honestly, I think our attention spans were just a lot stronger because they had to be back then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. So good times.
That is crazy. Did you ever like miss a wrong turn yourself?
I mean, I'm sure I have, yeah. But I was the person that like I would go to a gas station and ask for directions. I've
Right.
done that before.
Yeah,
Where like
yeah.
some people are like, no, I'll go to the gas station and I'll be like, how do I get to this specific place? Because once I know that, then I'm good.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
And
Look
again,
for
what was that? That was interacting.
yeah,
That was
it's like
communication.
I was just about to say look for the least creepy person.
Yeah, yeah.
And-
Always. Yes.
absolutely.
Mhm.
Yeah, I like just nostalgia.
Yeah. I love kind of things that are from the past that are coming back. Like I love
Mhm.
that, now again, as I said in the last episode on aging really is such a blessing. The older you get, the more amazing memories that you have, the
Mhm.
more and the more like the nostalgia comes, and then it's like it's cool again, right? So it's
Yeah.
like it's a bit like everything 80s and 90s is like cool. So it's like
Yeah.
we the cool ones.
Like let
Yeah.
us know in the comments what nostalgic things you miss and like let's see how many of them we could bring back. Wouldn't that
Yeah.
be like so cool?
I'd
Like
be like so
Zaga.
cool. They're like so fetch.
Yeah, so much.
Well, yeah. Thanks again for
Mm-hmm.
joining us.
Yeah.
And
We guess we'll see you in the next
either the next
Q&A
one, yeah, the next Q&A,
or the
which
next
is
episode.
Wednesday.
Yeah, this
This
Wednesday.
Wednesday. So yeah, hopefully you'll join us.
Yeah, check the caption, the description for all the details. And yeah, see you. Have a great week.
Bye.
Bye.